ॐ निरञ्जनं नित्यमनन्तरूपं भक्तानुकम्पाधृतविग्रहं वै ईशावतारं परमेशमीड्यं तं रामकृष्णं शिरसा नमामि। परतत्त्वे सदा लीनो रामकृष्णः समाज्ञया यो धर्मस्थापनरतो वीरेशं तं नमाम्यहम्। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। Namaste to all of you. I wish you strength, peace, joy, good health, wisdom, faith, devotion to the Lord, and our prayer to all brothers and sisters, to the entire nature, to be peaceful, to be healthy, and evolve in their spiritual journey. We have been discussing with mind control, with calmness of mind from the Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures, purity of mind, which is very, very important in daily life, more so in spiritual life. Today I am going to share with you the difference between concentration and meditation. It's a very important point. All of you should note the difference between concentration and meditation. I'll tell you 2 points, 2 statements rather, and please think about it and you can do research about it. Statement number 1. All concentration is not meditation, but meditation is all concentration. I repeat, all concentration is not meditation, but meditation is all concentration. Statement number 2. Formula number 2. If you want peace of mind, you should meditate. If you want to meditate, you should have peace of mind. I repeat, if you want peace of mind, you should meditate. And if you want to meditate, you should have peace of mind. Now let us look at the first statement. All concentration is not meditation, but meditation is all concentration. It is important to know this difference between ordinary concentration and the deep meditation. What are the 8 steps of Patanjali Maharshi's Ashtanga Yoga? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, and Dhyana. 8th is Samadhi. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. All the 4 are the preparations for concentration. Then Patanjali puts Pratyahara, the 5th step. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara. Pratyahara is gathering the thoughts. It is withdrawing the outgoing mind. Counterattack, as I had mentioned, yato yato nischarati manas chanchalam asthiram tatastato niyamyaitat atmani eva vasham nayet. Bring it back. Gather the outgoing mind. Fix it on the Atman. Atmani eva vasham nayet. Krishna had mentioned, had taught us. So Pratyahara is something like that. The outward going mind has to be brought back and fixed in the Atman. This is a kind of concentration. Then dharana, the sixth step, is fixing the mind. After bringing the mind back to one place, it can be through omkaram, it can be through prayer, it can be through music, but it has to be fixed on one point. It says, to keep the mind in the contemplation of the same thought for a short space of time is called dharana. It can be for 5 minutes, it can be for 10 minutes, it can be for 12 minutes. That is dharana. Om, that alone remains. All things will pass. The Ishta mantra given by your Guru, or the Panchakshari mantra, or the Hare Krishna mantra, Ganesha mantra, holding the mind on that mantram or the form for some period of time is dharana. So, concentration. A doctor doing brain surgery, open heart surgery, spine surgery, kidney replacement, so on and so forth, for hours together is concentration. Painter, wonderful paintings, artistic paintings, three-dimensional paintings, which are so costly. Painting exhibitions are held. That is concentration. Music, practicing instrumental music, vocal music, concentration. Studying a book for hours together, forgetting water, forgetting time, forgetting the mobile calls, concentration. Dancing, concentration. Cooking, concentration. Driving, formula race, or even in daily life, in daily commuting, concentration. I am speaking to you, recording these small talks, concentration. This is not meditation. It is concentration, gathering the outward going mind to one particular object. In the initial stages, concentrate, concentrate, concentrate. Then it merges in the deeper self, in the deeper recesses of our being. That becomes meditation. You be sweetened, you are filled with high knowledge. Prahalada's meditation, Mirabai's meditation, a Sri Ramakrishna's meditation, a Shabari meditation on Rama. These are all high, deep levels of special meditation. Years and years of sadhana, or by the grace of God. When you are concentrating on a book, the mind goes around the book. Please keep that in mind. Mind goes in circles, circles, circles around the book. You may remember everything, you may not remember everything. Few points you may remember what you have read out of 200, 300 pages. The mind remained or got attached to those particular ideas. Once the book is completed, you have closed the book, the mind also gets closed and runs behind some other object. That is concentration. But in meditation, whether you study or not, everything depends upon the divine, on the love that you have for the divine. This is the subtlest, this beautiful difference between concentration and meditation. In the initial stages, we are all concentrating, or we have to concentrate. How to do that? A small example I shall share with you. You go to a market, vegetable market, you purchase a lot of vegetables, half a kilo cabbage or potato or onion or brinjal or bendi or whatever you like. You have got a list, you purchase them. Then you put them all in a bag, 2 bags. The shopkeeper puts everything, the vegetable vendor puts everything in that bag, all are mixed up. You come back home and you sort out the things. The word used is sorting. Put it on the table, put it in the kitchen table, then you sort out things. You have got the tomato box, you have got the potato box, you have got the onion box in the fridge. Sort out the things, clean the things, what is good, what is okay, what is ripe, what is unripe, which can be used after a day or two. Put it in the cold storage, and then you think, then you plan your work, then you plan what exactly you have to do. Similarly with the mind, similarly with concentration. Sort out the things. Unfortunately, the young people who come to us and attend our classes, they feel this a cluttering, feel a kind of cluttering, a cluttering of the mind, everything mixed together. They're not able to sort out. They're rushing towards some, as psychologists call, an unconscious drift. They're just moving around, moving off, neither the goal nor the satisfaction nor the happiness. So I request all of you to do this sorting every day. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just close your mind and see the thoughts. Visualize the thoughts, good thoughts, bad thoughts, ordinary thoughts, extraordinary thoughts, pure thoughts, impure thoughts. Please do some sorting. Please place them in their proper perspectives. If the table has to be clean, you sort out the things. You put the files in one place, you put the other things in another place, put it in the drawer. Then you know what is where, what is important, what is to be cleaned, what can be in trash. Are we not doing that in our computer systems? Are we not sorting? Are we not formatting? When we are taking care of these objective necessities, the things in the world, why are we not doing or neglecting or hesitating or postponing the concentration of the mind? Then, when the time comes, when there is an exam, when there is work, when there is pressure, we are lost. Unconscious drift. The mind flows off. We have nowhere to find it. The time, the deadline comes, and we get into pressure, into stress, into sleeplessness. Why all this? A little bit of homework, a little bit of calmness, a little bit of discipline is very, very important. So our mind is always out to deceive us. It will play tricks for us. It creates fancies. It creates so many other things. So it is like a wild horse, as I had mentioned in the Katha Upanishad. The horse trainer brings the horse, breaks the bad negative habit, the wild habit of the horse, and then he puts it on the track. So in spiritual discipline, there must be great definiteness regarding everything. There should be a kind of purpose in everything. It won't do to put two legs in two boats and try to cross the river. It is impossible. You may have graphics on that, having put two legs in two boats and cross the river or the floods, but in daily life, in simple life, or in our meditation, it is not possible. So be careful about it and do not allow the mind to oscillate too much, to wag its tail too much. Some Lakshmana Rekha, some discipline, please cultivate as per your work schedule, as per your daily life routine, and march on towards victory. Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapyavara Nibodhata. May Sri Ramakrishna bless all of us in this sadhana. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Namaste.